The lead sign my stuff. Alright. The super weapon could put an end to the Emperor directly. Would it work at the critical moment? The Skyper was complete. The super weapon could put an end to the Emperor. Maybe it needed field testing, and the Imperial outpost on the Nexus was the perfect target. Going with gut feelings, so...
Renato had never been much of a student. At Swordfu School, he'd and Zenobia. But weapons, he understood. His gut told him that the Skyripper were the Imperial outpost. And what's the worst that could happen? The thing wouldn't work, and then he'd take it to the scientists. Right? Exactly. As he set out down the path, Renato wondered why the parts of the Skyriver had only surfaced now, thousands of years after the Transcendent Emperor had discarded it. This Emperor, Isengrim III, had performed terrible, bloodthirsty rituals to invoke the lost gods. Perhaps that was bringing up lost artifacts. How perfect, then, that the Skyriver would reappear to be his destruction. Renato wondered idly if people who had built these poles had really, really long tentacles. Really ought to put a railing on this thing, he thought. Stairs. Once, Renato had been to a dungeon where all the chests were locked. It was awful. He was tired of slaughtering ravens. Maybe it was time to test out the new weapon. He turned a knob on the Skyripper. It made strange, mechanical noises. The wheels spun faster. It began to hum.
The Skyripper was following his every step. At least it acknowledged him as the master. But there was no trigger. How was he supposed to fire it? "Fire," he said. Nothing happened. Well, maybe it just needed to warm up. After all, it hadn't been fired in thousands of years.
When Renato went to the china shop, for some reason the owner was always nervous.
Oh yeah, Leonardo upgraded. Certainly did a number on those guys.
The Sky Ripper was making a whining noise now, and its wheels were spinning so fast he could no longer see them.
Renato had a thought. Please? He asked. The Sky Ripper began to glow. Boom! The outpost burst into flame.
Ravens flapped out screaming, wings on fire. The base was his. The far-speaker toad came hopping out.
Renato!
It croaked, sounding like a toad version of Zenobia.
Don't use the Sky Ripper. It will destroy the world.
Yeah, sure it will, cracked Renato. Pull the other one.
If you don't trust me, go see Calaveras.
That sounded sensible. Why did she always have to sound sensible all the time? Oh, it was infuriating.
Of course she would say that. He was supposed to hurry and bring the Sky Ripper to the council so the rebels could actually win the war. But what if she was right? Damn it.
Sky Ripper turned out to be an amazing weapon. It was time to celebrate, but then Zenobia crashed the party. She claimed the Sky Ripper could destroy the world. But of course she was lying, probably. What if she wasn't? Calaveras was the final authority in legendary artifacts. Maybe Bernardo should head over to the mountains and speak with Calaveras. Of course she was lying, probably. She was an enemy general, of course. She would be afraid of the Sky Ripper. He should bring the weapon to the rebel base and just win the war. Alright, well... You know, I bet it's just like the Endless Stone, where it's actually evil.
So frustrating. If she couldn't get you with magic, she'd get you with reason and caution and sensible arguments. Of course, Calaveras, he might not know the latest scientific theories with evidence and all, but Renato preferred the knowledge in the old books anyway. What they said felt true, and that's what's important. You should be careful. She'd probably guess he'd come here. That meant she'd probably set an ambush for him.
Turns out I just get kidnapped and she steals it. I'm gonna feel like such a doofus. Falling for her again. As long as I get my truth, right?
Renato
Go
landed
save
on
Bunny
the
Man.
island, expecting Zenobia's ambush at any moment.
God, after all these years, she still drove him crazy. Oh, unless they were part of the ambush. The obvious reasons he was meant to see to take his mind off the ones he wouldn't see.
The subtitles didn't
There
line up.
did seem to be a lot of ravens around here.
Wait, what? That was not quite right.
That was awesome!
Oh, jeez. Sky Ripper destroyed those guys before I even knew what was happening. Oh, you can't break things in combat. What the heck? Oh,
Alas, they had to bury him in a bucket. Actually, several buckets.
the Skyrim just floats back.
Oh, kill the fox! Caught the ravens. Nobody said they were original.
Go, go, go! Why can't I go? What happened to my dash? I call shenanigans on that one. No, now I'm hitting the wrong guys. What's happening here?
He was tempted to just stand on the device and let it do all the killing for him. But that wouldn't be sporting, would it? Or fun?
Maybe I will do that. Camera angles in here are making this really awkward sometimes. Oh, man!
What's for dinner, you thought? Hope it's not broccoli.
I think what's happening is I'm dashing to the guy right in front of me, so that's why I'm not actually leaping and getting blown up. No, not that again. No, stop grabbing the guy. Oh my gosh.
If
Not
they
done
didn't
well.
want their things broken, they really ought to make them stronger.
It's true.
There was a pleasant breeze coming through that door. Had it been closed before?
This was much easier than free climbing.
Wow, why is my dash not? Am I doing something else that's using my dash? So I noticed right there, my dash was empty when I tried to use
Zenobia's
it.
ambush never materialized. Could she be sincere? Calaveras was a great scholar. Renato doubted even Zenobia could convince him to say something he didn't believe. And if he was working for the Empire, he'd never have told Renato about the Sky Ripper in the first place. Well, he would listen to the wise old toad. But that didn't mean he had to agree.
All those goodies down there. This is a huge amount of level.
Renato's paws were getting numb. Calaveras really...
Did I take a shortcut, or is this just like all the pieces of this particular zone just... They're all actually built in one world.
To his alarm, Renato realized that the rebels had no way of knowing he had a powerful new weapon. He might set off on their attack on the fleet before he could bring the Sky Ripper to the fight. He had to hurry, while there were still rebels to save. What was really fun was hooking yourself onto a moving ship.
I want the door. Oh, probably gotta go that way. If I'm changing the story at all by taking these different paths, or if this just gives you different paths through the level, and the only things that matter are you're picking the zones. Dear Zenobia, do you remember that expedition I have sent to the depths beneath the islands? They have returned. Well, 3 ships have returned out of the 8 I sent. Of course, I mourn the losses, but the knowledge the survivors brought back is invaluable. What they have experienced is incredible. The air gradually grows denser and more turbulent until it becomes a suffocating, bone-crushing thunderstorm. But the islands keep stretching for miles below the surface, and they have roots that radiate downward far beyond sight. The islands are alive. This is the proof I was looking for. The thick air of the depths keep them afloat, and the depths they find theirs, and... oh, lost my place. And in the depths they find their sustenance. Do they have a conscience? Are they aware of our existence? Or are we merely parasites they ignore or tolerate? I must prepare another expedition. This time I will go myself. I need to see this wondrous world of the endless deep sky. I hope you will visit me before I leave. I would like to hear more about new friends of yours. Oh, that new friend of yours, Reynardo. With love, Father. Huh. That's probably before he went crazy, I imagine. Still breaking stuff. Okay, thanks, goodbye.
What was the point of this gate? Did they think no one would notice the lever?
Level up.
He needed some way to break the ice with this wall, so to speak.
Ooh, more crit chance. There's got to be a way to. There isn't any button to actually check my stuff. Yep, that's all there is. Just gotta get to a workbench. Where am I now?
Hey, I'm a firefox, thought Reynardo.
Better than being an internet explorer. Of course, now I'm getting out. Wait. Whoa, hey. Huh, got stuck there somehow. See, now that I don't actually need the life, like, all of these crystals are dropping life. I think that's all they can drop, so I probably should stop wasting my time breaking them all. Ooh, level up. Alright, what do I want now? Causes damage. Throw. Max health, run faster. Does not work on shields. This does damage for the dash. That might be good. We can get this. Damage on hooked enemies. That's alright. Dash and shield enemies. It's whatever. Countering attack. Can get throw distance. Why is this already 2 of 3? Oh, that means I probably need points in the ends. Okay. Sword energy. Curve knock down. This is the one that I want. This is probably pretty good though. Stunning things, so I can't miss me. Increase the overall speed. Ooh, I like the speed though. Speed is nice. Do some damage. What's over here? Energy. Meh. Faster. Stamina. Meh. Alright, so I like these two. Well, and this one, but that seems pretty easy to get to. I think that'll basically just be the next thing I get once I get the next truth, or whenever I can. I can't just get this though, this is just one point. Oh, for everyone, does that mean that I can actually move around it? Let's do this, because if this makes it so everyone stops and I get to keep doing stuff, then that's ridiculously strong.
Calaveras examined the Sky Ripper eagerly.
What? How often does a new relic surface?
He brushed off Zenobia's warning.
Oh, what do sorceresses know about physics?
However, precise and more powerful, and quickly went off to tinker. Soon the Sky Ripper no longer whined, but thrummed like a hummingbird taking off. It was ready for war.
And so, Bernardo thanked Calaveras and took the legendary weapon to the final battle.
Seems like it
But
backfired
where
for
were
Zenobia.
the other rebel ships? Had something happened?
He could defeat the Imperial fleet with a Sky Ripper, but he couldn't govern. He was not cut out to be Emperor, and he'd no desire to be one.
It seems I have abandoned all my friends to their doom. Hate it when that happens.
There were a few rebel ships here and there, but there was no organization to the battle. Where was the Council flagship? Something had gone terribly wrong.
But he had the Sky Ripper, and the Ravens had nowhere they could hide.
This is just the cheapest one. I guess that's just
Yes, please.
nice. And, oh yeah, 50% crit. Alright. I feel like upgrading the AoE fiery damage thing just isn't very necessary while I have the Sky Ripper with me. Not that I ever use these spells anyway. Kind of like having potions and elixirs and stuff in RPGs. You just save them for that real important
Would
fight.
take you, thought Renato.
That never happens. Oh, see, there was ore in there. Okay. I didn't think it was just health. And there was the energy, too. Oh yeah, attack speed.
Renato checked to make sure his sword was still working. Yep.
Did I take the attack speed one off? I don't remember now. I think I have it on because I took attack speed, or I took the. Oh, this. Right. No. What did I miss? Oh, boats. Yeah. Took the defensive jewels off.
Have you ever felt you were just going round in circles? Bernardo felt like that.
I wonder what other ridiculous things you could just make happen by moving around like through idle movement. Nope, I'm not gonna do anything. Alright, fine.
The council speaker was on the deck, bleeding. Why was she even here? They found our base, she croaked. The council, all dead. We must surrender. No, we can still win this, said Renato. I have the Sky Ripper. He would be a real hero and save the day, even when all appeared to be lost. You're a good boy, said the speaker. And then she died.
Don't look down, he thought.
Jeez, I can barely tell what's going on. Between the Sky Ripper, my fiery sword, and the explodey guys, I don't really know what happened there. Get out of there! Dang it. Alright, is this the fight where I just run around in circles and let the Sky Ripper do everything? Run away! Run away! Run away!
Touche, he said, and died.
Huh. So can I... Maybe I just can't swing at them, and that just makes them explode, which is why I can never dash away from it. Just let the Sky Ripper do everything.
There were stickers all over the platform for really hot lady foxes, with pictures and addresses and everything.
Oops. Saw that happening right as I hit. That death was so bad there wasn't even a witty remark during it. It's just the game was even caught off guard. that down there the way I normally? 'Cause there's the little fight, the entrance, and... Whoa! Yeah, that counter thing was no joke. Camera too close, camera too close! A really big beating there. Hey, camera, hey! Camera, hey!
Fired the Sky Ripper. With a tremendous whoosh, the Emperor's flagship went up in flames.
That makes sense.
For good
why I
measure,
wouldn't go there.
he played the beam around it, setting all the other nearby Imperial ships on fire too. And he watched them burn. The few remaining rebels gave a cheer. And then they stopped to cheer the air. A blackness, like a tear in a parchment. Wind was blowing into it, widening it. They grew larger. Crates were falling off ship decks, upwards into the hole. And the world itself seemed bent, like the reflection on a curved mirror as it poured into the ravenous hole. He guessed that somewhere behind that ever-widening hole were gods that had long been exiled. But it didn't really matter. Time was done for here, and soon it was. And just like that, he was alive again, and back on the Farfarer, still fleeing burning Ubar. The book was still open before him. So, the book was a portal. It took you to the future, when your destinies would branch. He had failed and died 3 times.
I mean, I died
but
more
he'd
than that.
learned another true thing. The core was powerful, but dangerous if used improperly.
Alright. Hyperhero. There are so many endings. 24, huh? I don't know if I could ever play this game 24 times. Alright.
But he was starting to feel like he was getting the hang of this. There was a way through to victory. He could feel it. He just had to keep running the path of destinies. With that, the book fluttered back to the beginning, and he fell into it. The clouds parted over the Isles of Boreas. It was time to choose. The rebellion was in trouble. Ravens were scouting for the secret rebel base. They needed a game changer. Pieces of the Sky Ripper had surfaced. Renata knew that using it could go catastrophically wrong, but he was sure he could figure out how to use it safely. Also, a temple had risen out of empty desert. The Iblis Stone was hidden there. It was a dangerous artifact. It could corrupt its user into a bloodthirsty monster. Maybe he could find a way to use it, to take its power without surrendering to its wickedness. On the other hand, his old friend Lapino needed rescuing.
There's no symbol in the bottom
Lapino
right
was no
corner here.
game changer, but could
haven't
Renato
completed
really
this
leave
line.
an old friend to the Ravens?
Oh, the artifact. Oh, it doesn't tell you right here anymore. Alright. Let's go rescue Lapino again.
Ah, Lapino. Apparently, the Mad Rabbit had sold a Pegasus that he did not exactly own. Lapino always wiggled out of trouble, given time. But he was out of time. The Ravens had figured out that Lapino was a rebel spy. If the fleet reached him first, they'd string him up for that. Never mind the winged horse.
Nice thing is I don't actually remember where I diverged off the Lapino path here last
had
time.
apparently managed to confuse the judge by arguing that he hadn't actually stolen a winged horse. He'd only sold it. But wait, Where was the prison? The village was empty. Had everybody fled the ravens?
Trying to hit the bottom guy. Oh, he's dead already. No, 99.
People were frightened
No.
these days. Just 2 weeks past, Reynardo had sneaked through an empty town and listened to the ravens caw about the Emperor's new taste in ritual sacrifice.
99. Dang it. I couldn't have gotten like one more perfect strike, could I? Hey.
Sometimes, at home, he'd wave his sword around for hours.
Can't
Reynardo
escape me, barrel.
had tried everything.
What?
Zenobia had loved
Aha!
him to death. The Sky Ripper had destroyed everything. The Iblastone had corrupted everyone who held it. He'd never put much faith in Lapino. But Lapino was all he had left.
Weird, why is this path even here? Does this get you around a fight, or is there something neat in here, or... Oh, not fiery guys. Don't want to. Ow.
There was blood on this one, so it hadn't saved its owner.
It's been so long, I wonder exactly how this zone is different from the first time I was here. I barely recognize anything. It's been too long. I remember going down like this, but this could be just anything, really. I remember something blocking a path somewhere, all sorts of things. Kill me a single strike.
Every day he was getting better
yeah.
and better.
Does that just mean once I hit 30, I'm just going to be able to... Oh, stop going there. Once I hit a combo of 30, will I just start one-shotting everything? I mean, because that's technically bad. Because then I won't get as much combo, because things will be dead. Attack speed... nice. Up to a whole 3%. That doesn't feel very good.
How could you convince a firewall you're its friend?
By stabbing it.
This one looked familiar.
Ooh.
Had he lost this one in a card game? Welcome back, he thought.
don't know if that's automatically being applied before I even get to a workbench. See, and there's like one of the blocked paths I was thinking of. Oh, huh. Carrot. That is a really clean plate. Wait, what? Where am I supposed to go? Do I come from the stairs? Yes. Yeah, what down there?
Bernardo had been the terror of the sandcastles when he was two.
I mean, I feel like this is all backwards. It's weird because the first time you come through here, it's like so straightforward you can't even diverge. And this time, I feel like the only thing is different is I went to a place that's way off to the side that required a fire sword. But everything is... I mean, obviously the game changes as you play it, so... I definitely feel like I'm going backwards. Nothing so far has been that complex in this game. It should still be pretty obvious where I should go, I think. Don't see any reason for that having to have changed. Is there a different path in here? Interesting. I can't even go that way now. Okay. Feels really weird being lost in this game. I don't feel like that should happen. I'm missing something super obvious. I know it. Did I not look the right direction over here? Oh. Yeah, okay.
Those flames really bring out your eyes.
Aha!
Ravens were landing everywhere. The advance guard. He'd better get moving. If they got to Lupino first, they'd eat him for breakfast. Or a snack. Ravens weren't picky. If they got hungry, they sometimes forgot to interrogate their prisoners. Even top spies like Lupino. Where had the mad rabbit got to? Ah, the road less traveled, thought Renato. How intriguing.
Nice. Dear Zenobia, how are you enjoying the academy? New friends must already be flocking around you, no doubt. Here in the palace, things are the same. I have much time to dedicate to my special hobby. I've been collaborating with Professor Calaveras. I'm pretty sure I'm pronouncing that wrong. I know the game has used it, and I'm putting the accent on the wrong syllable. Calaveras. No, because the... I don't... What? The professor and his team of experts to investigate the nature of the islands. My gut feeling is telling me that the islands are alive. I think they have a will of their own. Do you hear me, daughter? Our world could be more than floating masses of rock and water. Professor and his boys have made measurements. The islands are drifting, surrounded by the endless sky. It is difficult to notice, but through careful measurements of the wind through long periods of time, they are certain the islands are moving westward. But where to? It may take centuries, millennia, to reach the destination. I have this strange idea. What if the islands are some sort of herd, and that they are deliberately searching for another herd of islands? Can you imagine? New islands, with their own inhabitants. The thought that we may not be alone. If only I could live long enough to witness the event. With love, Father.
She's the one at the Raven Room, talking to her son. Is that right? You don't core? Get it? Core? I just made that up.
I actually feel like I'm going any faster with how much time just kind of stops and is inconsistent. With the fire one, at least I can see things are getting exploded.
Dirty and bloody, Renato finally reached Lapino. The rabbit was practicing his shuffle. Renato recognized the cards. It was Lapino's favorite deck. Oh, I thought you were in danger. I am. The ravens are coming. Oh, the prison thing. Right, yeah, we see this guard owed me 53 ducats, so we made a deal. They're very reasonable people, actually, for weasels. Now, I got a brilliant plan to kidnap Zenobia. We capture Zenobia, we find out what she knows, and that's the whole war right there. Easy peasy, lemon squeezy. Capture the Emperor's greatest general, who happened to also be a deadly sorcerer, and, oh, his only daughter? That would be worth it. And it would be nice to see her. He'd always had a soft spot for her.
See, I don't want
And
that path.
he felt sure she had one for him.
Zenobia
On the
path.
other hand, he could still get to the core of the Sky Ripper, even if he couldn't get the whole thing. It must have great power.
So I don't want to go this way because I've been on that path before. I guess I could branch off later. Oh, which one is going to lead me to a new direction, I wonder. See, if I get this, and this makes the Lapino go mad, then maybe that can lead me to a Lapino path. Oh, I want to risk this way. Even though Renato could no longer get the Skyripper's armature, its core was still within reach. Maybe he could still harness the power with Lapino's help.
To make the Sky Ripper, the Transcendent Emperor had wrapped an armature around the eye of a god. Renato had already let that armature slip away to save Lapino's life. But even its core, the eye torn from a god, surely they could fashion a great weapon from that. The core of the Sky Ripper? Lapino's excited. That's an actual thing that we could just go and get. You've been busy.
He sure had. Renato told him all the things he'd been up to. Soon they got to talking about old times, about wages they'd won and lost, and scrapes they'd barely got out of. It was good to be back with his friend. True, the core was capable of terrible, uncontrollable destruction.
Don't want that
This
one.
time, he was sure it would work great.
Oh, it just showed me what it actually leads to, I suppose. Well, shucks. I mean, I kind of assumed, but hopefully I'll get another branch. I mean, I know I'll get another branch, but hopefully I'll...
It's beautiful here, thought Renato. He was thrilled to be back with his old war buddy. He'd missed the mad rabbit, but something was not quite right.
I still think I can salvage this into a bunny run. You know, make him go crazy and I'll have to put my own friend down, you know, that sort of thing. I mean, he's already crazy, right? So I'm already halfway there. See, I know I can jump into there this time. I remember.
Ooh, sparkly, thought Renato.
Dear Zenobia, the director of the Academy has told me how much he was impressed by your academic performance and leadership. Somehow, I doubt this was a... okay. I already read this one. Dang it. Wait, was that like pieces of two different ones? I guess I just don't remember the term hive mind being used before. Okay.
You guys ever wonder why the Imperial Raiders are always hiring?
Yep, that just gives me one-shot ability once I hit high enough combo. That's gonna make everything pretty quick work. And probably prevent me from ever getting that 100 chain combo. Unfortunately.
Renato remembered when he'd first stolen one of these. Good times.
Dang it. Teamed up on me. Oh man. Right when I hit 30, I got hit. Bad job, me. Thanks.
There was something sour in the air. Like the earth had ruptured over something that had been fermenting for a very long time.
See, did that voiceover appear because I
Had
went
that door
this
been
way?
opened before?
Oh, I was asking for that. See, but did that voiceover happen because I went this way, or did it happen just because it happens shortly after that combat?
You almost never saw wild gogglers together like this. The toads had to train them not to peck each other to death. These had to be Imperial gogglers. That meant Renato had always wanted a flying carpet. This was more like a flying tabletop, but it would do.
It's gonna make my combos even more faster. way I came instead of pushing forward this way.
Renato had once invested in a jewel store, but it lost money because someone kept robbing it.
Damn.
Twist. It was him.
Oh, Renardo. I recognize this. This is the thing I saw in the background. No!
What dreams may come, he thought.
Cut it in half so fast.
He found out.
Jumped into his laser beams vision. That was dumb. Wait, was there a thing right there? That's the pad, okay. Hey, what? Okay. And I suspect this is just the way you would go normally. Start from that end. I guess.
Renato felt wrong all over. He could feel an almost palpable sickness in the air. And if the land could have tumors, they would look like these monstrous crystals. The forest was quieter than it had been. There were insects, but few birds, if you didn't count the ravens. Renato smelled sick animals and dying ones, but no healthy ones. And getting a bad feeling about this, Renato thought. Maybe Lapina was right. Maybe they should have kidnapped Zenobia instead of coming here. He felt like Tarzan.
Lots of gems happening now. See, and I came this way instead of going down into the well. So I wonder what happens if you go down the well. Surely this must all be different, unless you just, I guess, pop up somewhere.
The thing about puzzles was, once you solved one, you knew how to solve it again.
Oh man.
Puzzles had no, what was the word? Replayability? Renato wondered if you could design a puzzle that would be different every time you played with it. Wouldn't that be fun?
Would have been a great time to figure out how to throw a twist in that particular puzzle.
Haven't you always wanted to do that?
But I did do it, now I just do it slightly better. No, I can't combo as high. What have I done? Alright. What happens this time?
As he held the radiant icosahedron, Renato felt queasy, like dozens of tiny worms were nibbling his insides. It wasn't healthy to be so close to the eye of a god. How could he use it? He could take it to the observatory. The scientists there could tell him how to harness its ancient power. But honestly, Renato ached to get away from it. He brought the core back with him to the Farfarer. But honestly, Renato ached to be rid of it.
Tell you what, said Lapino. I'll take it to the observatory. You attack the Imperial outpost. The Imperial outpost was a vital communications node. Taking it could shatter the Empire's ability to coordinate. And it would be full of secret plans and maps and maybe even rebel prisoners. It was a good target for a hero like Reynardo.
But what if Lapino lost the core to the Empire? That could be a good thing, couldn't it? Was Reynardo ready to take that risk? Maybe it was better if he brought the core to the scientists himself.
Yeah, see, I mean, I wanted to do that, but it just tells you that it's another core ending. So, the core of the Skyripper, even without the armature, there had to be a way to tap its power. The scientists at the Nexus would certainly know how to do that. Could Reynardo really rely on Lapino to bring it to their observatory? No, it was too risky. He would have to carry it to the core himself, even if doing so would expose him to its unhealthy aura.
Lapino was a touchy rabbit. Reynardo knew that. You're brave, I know, Reynardo said. But this is what I was hired to do.
At least let me run ahead and warn the scientists you're coming.
So, Lapino was intent on being a hero, just like him. War made sensible men crazy for glory, and Lapino had never been sensible. But what was the harm? Lapino might well trip over a hornet's nest of ravens. But that was better than ravens lying in ambush, wasn't it?
They finished the trip to the Nexus in silence. Reynardo had no sooner rescued his friend than he was putting him back in danger. All right, he finally said as they landed. Go.
It seems a bit silly if they're arriving at the same time. Wouldn't they just go at the same time? Just gonna take a leisurely stroll while you run on ahead. Not every story can make perfect sense, I suppose.
As Reynardo watched Lapino vanish on the horizon, he could feel nausea building in him. He felt ill. Could his knees really be aching this much? But how could he have handed the core off to Lapino? That was a recipe for disaster.
Got a nice healthy green glow.
The ravens go! The live ones, I mean.
Oh, my health is draining constantly. Okay. I was gonna make a comment that, man, my life should be just like, should be ticking down slowly. And it is, so that's bad, but that's good.
Or I could go that way, he thought.
I guess the problem with all of these doors is, I just feel like I need to go through them, so I keep going the same direction. Oh. That was the wrong guy. No, stop, crap.
Wallabies, he thought. Why did it have to be wallabies?
You deserve that one, Reynardo. Grab the wrong guy twice.
rock felt hot in his hand. He could feel its secret power.
Renato felt worse. All his joints were aching now. He'd been through beatings that felt better than this. So the core had a kind of poison that could harm you without even touching you. That's new. Well, it had power. The rebellion needed something with power. And how was this any worse than a sword wound? Well, a death by sword was sudden and fair. This was just squalid. A piecemeal death, like old age.
Yes, I'm sure that's what Ronaldo feels like right now. I'm dying, but wee, grapple hooks.
The Imperial fleet was closing in on the rebels. And what had Renato accomplished? He'd rescued Lupino, but ignored his plan. Now he was dying of the core's poison.
I've got all the gems now, right? Go away this time. Why do you still say exclamation mark comment at me?
Renato wondered what would happen if he jumped. Would he be rescued by an emergency platform?
That happened this way before. Ow. No, not. Ugh. Just stand here. Ah, damn it. Fine then.
Hey, who do I have to kill to get a drink around here? You? Okay.
No! Internet, why? Myself during that fight. Probably wasted a bunch of recovery energy. Wait. There we go. Good.
The observatory was a burning hulk. Dead scientists everywhere. Renato found the mad rabbit cowering under a desk. The ravens, they must have known we were coming, said Lupino. How did you... Well, see, I was doing a card trick with my lucky deck, and I kind of bobbled the cards, so I went under the desk to gather them up, and boom! I guess we'll have to take the car straight to the secret base. The secret rebel base. Yes. They had engineers there. But wait. Calaveras, the sage in the mountains. Maybe he would know what to do with the naked core.
Nah. Pretty sure what other Pino's up to is gonna be continued on here. The scientists on the Nexus were all dead, and with them gone, so was the plan to turn the core into a super weapon. Renardo could still bring the core to the rebel base. The engineers there could tinker something, hopefully before he dies from the core's poisoning.
Ah, yes. The secret base. Not even Lapino knew where it was. They had engineers there. Those toads would surely know what to do with the core's power. And then he'd be free of it. But he couldn't take Lapino. The core would work its evil on him too. You stay here. Give me the coordinates. I'll meet you there. Someone needs to bury these scientists. Why do I get all the fun jobs? And with that, Renardo returned to the Farfarer and took off.
Oh, so Lapino doesn't get to know where it is, huh? Will he follow me anyway? That's what I would do if I were a crazy rabbit.
The ruins were quiet, but Renardo could hear a buzzing in his ears. Was it bugs? Or was it the core slowly feeding him poison? The council would know what to do. If the core had this much power, it could surely change the terms of the great battle that was coming. And maybe they would take this burden from him. Maybe.
Well, they really needed to redecorate anyway. Burnt fur.
Oh, well, it's smashed burnt fur now, too. Those bomb guys suck.
Come on. One fox. No waiting.
Renardo thought of the choices he had made. He'd rescued a friend and left him behind. He'd recovered a weapon and it was killing him. And the Empire's greatest scientists were dead because he'd asked their advice. Renardo for the win.
Got a pretty good track record.
What else could you hook?
That. Nope. Oh, well, I think I might be done for now.